There's been a rumor flying around over the past few days that David Haye is injured ahead of his rematch with Tony Bellew, and that it's actually his ankle, the very same ankle that he injured in the first fight, or even prior to the first fight. That injury has flared up again. This is what the rumor is. Eddie Hearn did an interview on IFL, I believe it was yesterday, in which he was asked about this. He said he has been in contact with David Haye's team, or his team have been in contact with David Haye's team, and from what he knows of, he says David Haye's team have said it's all systems go, the rematch is still happening, we're not pulling out, etc. Now, there was rumors that David Haye was injured before the first fight. If you remember, there were pictures of him going to Germany, I think it was like the week of the fight, to see an Achilles specialist. And some people, especially in retrospect, are saying that that was David Haye basically getting his excuse in before the fight had even taken place. And it's a legitimate excuse, don't get it twisted, but it was a way of giving himself an excuse to fall back on if the fight didn't go his way, because then people, without David Haye needing to say it, people will say, yeah, but David Haye was an Achilles specialist the week before the fight. So this injury was obviously something that he carried into the fight. Could it be a similar situation this time around, with David Haye and his own team putting out this rumor so that they've got an excuse to fall back on if the fight don't go the way that David Haye wants it to go? And if that is the case, then you have to imagine that David Haye very possibly is injured again, and we might see a repeat of what happened in the first fight. A lot of people, people that I saw online, were questioning the severity of David Haye's injury, because they were saying, look, there's no way that a guy could recover from a ruptured Achilles that quickly. And I'm no expert on these things, so I really couldn't confirm or deny that. But what I will say is this: who says that David Haye has recovered from it? Just because he posted a couple of videos and whatnot online making it look like he's recovered, and just because he says he's recovered, that don't mean he's actually recovered. Maybe he's telling himself that he's made a full recovery, and he's telling people he has, but is that the reality? I suspect it's not. I suspect that David Haye did have a ruptured Achilles and that it hasn't healed properly. That's my suspicion. He's obviously taken off a lot of weight, which is the logical thing to do if you've got any kind of injury like that on your ankle or leg or anything like that. The less weight you're putting on the injury, the better. So he's lost weight for that reason, and I'm sure for other reasons too. Or will that be enough? You know, the rigors of training camp can, flare up old injuries. So, and this injury ain't even that old in terms of the last time that it flared up. So, yeah, as far as we know, the fight is still going ahead, but people might want to adjust. For those who are bettors looking to bet on the fight, you might want to adjust your bet based upon this information. Then again, some people might say that Haye isn't injured this again, and he's put out a rumor to try and maybe make Tony Bellew be more confident than he should be, rather than boxing on the back foot early on. Maybe get ambitious and go forward and walk into something from David Haye. Who knows? Let's hope the fight goes ahead so we can get a conclusion to this whole thing, whether David Haye manages to get revenge, whether it's a repeat of the first fight, we at least get a conclusive situation from it. David Haye appears to be finished. That's what I can say. If he does have anything left, his injuries don't seem to be allowing him to make the most out of whatever he has, if that makes sense. So let's say he even gets past Tony Bellew. Would he really be able to get through a fight against a top heavyweight without getting injured, without throwing his shoulder out or his ankle or his big toe or something? All those years of tough training camps, all those years of intense, extremely intense training, that David Haye has put his body through are catching up with him now at 37 years old. So let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. If you've got any more information about this rumor, again, let us know. Enlighten us in the comment section. And what do you think about everything I've talked about in this video? Let me know. It's Hackman, I'm out.